Connie, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the finale of our GNEC Hackathon, where winners are announced, achievements are celebrated, and guest speakers will provide concluding remarks and insights. I am Dr. Connie Soban-Sensor, Vice President of the Global NGO Executive Committee, affectionately known as GNEC. I will be your moderator today. We chose this date for our closing ceremony as it coincides with the UN observance of International Volunteer Day for Economic and Social Development. This contest opened on the 3rd of October and closed on the 17th of November. We had about 500 participants who submitted 60 projects. Wow, right? So we have 10 judges who decided the winning entries. Our objective was to raise awareness about the UN SDGs and encourage innovative projects that propel us towards achieving these remarkable goals by 2030. The winning entries were judged on impact, innovation, feasibility, and scalability, design, and presentation. We appreciate all the projects that were submitted, from first-time novices to more seasoned hackathoners. I didn't know if that's even a word, but those of you who have much experience as a hackathon. So all participants agreed that they took a deeper dive and they learned more about the Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs, related to economic and social development. So today, on this International Volunteer Day for Economic and Social Development, we will hear from some of our sponsors and supporters and conclude with the highly anticipated and eagerly awaited announcement of our top 3 winning projects. We will feature videos submitted by the winners and talk to you about what comes next. So out of respect for our outreach to many parts of the world and the many time zones involved, this program will be live streamed on YouTube and recorded for those unable to join us in real time. If you have specific questions, we will try to answer them later in the program, so please type them into the chat. And in addition, for those participating today, please type your name, your organization, and your location into the chat so that we can see who's joining us. Many thanks to our sponsors, and we're going to go to the sponsor slide, please. Many thanks to our sponsors who you can see on this slide. We're going to hear from some of our leadership at GNEC and from the UN Department of Global Communications, and then from remarks from some of our sponsors. So we're grateful for everyone who has joined us today, and it is now my pleasure to introduce our speakers. First, we have Robert Oot, who's the president of the Global NGO Executive Committee. Robert.
Thank you very much, Dr. Connie. Can you hear me very well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. It's my pleasure to welcome all of us to this epoch-making event. GNEC Hackathon is a model on its own, and I remember when it started with Adiola coordinating everything, the first series and the second series. And the important thing is that it keys into the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. So it's a very inspiring and very, very highly packaged project by GNEC, through Adiola and the other team members. I also want to appreciate the effort of the partners, Dr. Selina, great partners at GNEC, at DGC. I see that Catherine Good is here. It's very inspiring. I also want to appreciate our other colleagues, Dr. Connie, Sandra Timmerman, Guru, and all of us that are from GNEC who are here today. As you well know, GNEC, which is a Global NGO Executive Committee, stands to work with the United Nations through the Department of Global Communications to make it such that civil society has a voice. Civil society voice is relevant in all the programs of the United Nations. So we are very honored and pleased today that DGC, as always, is a part of this project. We also want to thank the two tech gurus that we have, Hugh and Jason. We thank you so much for your efforts, for all that you have done. And we believe that the hackathon, GNEC Hackathon, has come to stay. Before I leave the scene, I also want to remember some of our past leaders. We lost two recently, Barbara Burns and Annie. We want to recognize them. Most especially, we also want to recognize our guru, our late president, Patrick Sciarrata, who inspired us with a lot of this kind of project. I mean, he came up with a lot of teaching courses. We remember him today, and may their souls continue to rest in peace. So without much ado, I want to hand over the microphone and the stage to Dr. Connie to invite others. Thank you so much for being a part of this project. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Uwam. We really appreciate your comments and your leadership. We now have remarks from Ms. Catherine Good. She's the head of the UN Non-Government Liaison Services at the UN Department of Global Communications. Catherine, welcome. And if we could shut off the slide so we could see Catherine speaking, that would be wonderful.
Thank you, Connie. I'm happy to have the slide up too.
Okay. Either way, yes.
Either way, that was a spring photo, so maybe it's better than a wintry day in New York. It was chilly here, so. But thanks everyone for having me here. I'm really delighted to be here and to join the celebration of all of the projects and especially of the winners. I know my colleague Felipe Capo joined you for the opening session, so I get to be here for the even more fun part, the celebration of the winners. So thanks for that. As you know, I'm Catherine Good, and I'm the head of the UN Non-Governmental Liaison Service, which is part of the Department of Global Communications Civil Society Unit. And we have a long-standing relationship with the Global NGO Executive Committee that I know benefits all of our work. So I'm happy to see everybody from GNEC here today too. Just a quick background on NGLS, because I think this hackathon is so much related to what my team aims to contribute to the UN that I want to contextualize a little bit what we do and why the hackathon is sort of a perfect mirror for what we're doing in NGLS. So the Non-Governmental Liaison Service exists to unite civil society focal points across the UN system in order to support our common efforts to engage meaningfully with civil society. The relationship with GNEC is one of the ways that we do that, but we recognize that engagement across the UN system and civil society feeling that it's meaningful is going to look different for each of the different UN entities that are working with civil society. So what the Department of Peace Operations does with stakeholder organizations in conflict zones obviously is different than the way in which the World Health Organization works with civil society in their many substantive areas. But the common thread is that the UN system relies on civil society to save lives, to ensure that vulnerable populations are protected, to improve the quality of all of our lives, and to provide opportunities for future generations. Essentially, SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals, is the foundation of the work we do in the Civil Society Unit in the Department of Global Communications. What that means for any one of you is that we work to get civil society a seat at the table and to make sure that the table is one of the ones with the microphone on it. We engage with almost every high-level meeting, summit, or conference, and we work to accredit organizations that don't have ECOSOC accreditation already. So organizations that are NGOs, private sector, academic institutions that have not gone through the ECOSOC accreditation process but are eligible to participate in these meetings, we collect the applications and review them and submit the list to the General Assembly for approval. More importantly, that means that the representatives of the organizations are able to participate in the preparatory processes, in the high-level meetings, inside events, organizing events to spotlight your work, and engaging with UN system partners. We know that this is where connections are made, networks are built, and that together we do more better. We're always grateful to GNEC for creating even more opportunities to build networks and for supporting us in our call to reach organizations that don't already have ECOSOC accreditation. We know that there are millions of organizations out there that are doing great work on the ground, and we want to be sure that we can bring their work, like we're going to see in the hackathon projects, to the UN system so that we can all benefit from that innovation. In the last session of the General Assembly, NGLS accredited nearly 2,000 organizations to high-level meetings. This enabled us to approve nearly 7,000 individuals to participate in the events from the Summit of the Future to the SIDS conference to the UN Civil Society conference in Nairobi. Importantly, we collected more than 1,800 statements from stakeholders on their priorities, your priorities, and secured approximately 100 spaces for speakers in the high-level processes. All of this is to say that I have read your work, I have seen the innovation from civil society, I recognize the impact, and I spend most of my days being your biggest cheerleader, even if I'm not on the field with you. Hackathons at their best, and this may be one of the best, are some of the most inclusive and innovative spaces around. You have diverse teams with varied skills and time, albeit I think this was 7 weeks, not a lot of time, but a little to think, to ask questions, to gather information, to try, maybe fail, reconsider, and build. As a lifelong learner and a longtime educator, I think this is the dream. Best practices for best results, innovation for impact. So really, I am thrilled to be here today, and I hope that tomorrow, all of your organizations will be making sure that you're accredited to the upcoming events on the calendar of the UN for 2025, because the solutions that you've created through these hackathons are really the solutions that the UN system needs to see, the member states need to see, other partners from across civil society need to see, and I'm looking forward to celebrating the winners with you today. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for Catherine for that wonderful uplifting piece, and to let us all know that DGC and GNEC are strong partners together, and together we do better work and find better solutions. So thank you. We're now going to hear remarks from Ms. Idiola Pashalari. She's the Secretary General of the World Assembly of Youth and President of the Global NGO Executive Committee. Idiola.
Thank you, Connie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, co-workers, and family. We have reached the end of this exciting third GNEC Hackathon. And like Uwe mentioned, I had the pleasure of working on the whole 3 hackathons so far, getting to know over 2,000 young people, judge, I think, more than 150 projects altogether. But it has been amazing. And the incredible achievement we have witnessed over the past week has left me literally speechless. So allow me to give a huge round of applause to every participant, virtually. Their energy, their creativity, their dedication has truly been inspiring. They have turned ideas into reality, tackled challenges with determination, and showcased the power of innovation. A hackathon is more than just a competition. It's a community, a place where collaboration meets technology, where minds merge to solve problems and create something new. In this third GNEC Hackathon, like Connie mentioned earlier, there were almost 500 young people from various countries around the world. They created 60 projects that provided or addressed the Sustainable Development Goals. We had the pleasure of working with 12 judges and 9 partners that supported the success of this hackathon, and World Assembly of Youth is one of them. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the partners and the sponsors for their invaluable support, to the judges for their time and expertise in evaluating these projects that have been very crucial. And I would like to thank for their thoughtful insights and for helping us realize the achievement for such a talented group of young people. I'm sure Royu and the team later on will announce the winners, and I can't wait to collaborate with them because their work has just started, honestly. They have a lot of things and a lot of work ahead of them. Those projects need support from each and every one of us in here today so that we all as a collective, as a community, work together in not only implementing them, but bringing them forward and making a difference. Let's not forget to celebrate the friendship and the connection that we have made in here, even though it has been virtually. Those bonds will drive future collaboration and innovation. I would like to thank all my colleagues, all the volunteers, the interns who have supported in this third GNEC Hackathon, and I look forward to working on other GNEC Hackathons and other events as well. So congratulations to all of us. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Idiola. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce Ms. Selena Stewart. She's the Chief Executive Officer of the League of Women Voters of the United States. And Selena and I have worked closely together over the years. I'm also a representative of the League of Women Voters. So we've been a strong supporter of the hackathon, and I'm very happy to introduce Selena and have her join us today. Selena, you have
Thank you.
Space.
Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Well, thank you, Connie, and thank you so much to GNEC for this invitation and the opportunity to sponsor. Just hearing what has been said so far, it's just wow. Very best. The hackathon has been more than just a gathering of brilliant minds. It's been a testament to what can happen when people come together with a purpose. Most of you probably and hopefully are very familiar with your local League of Women Voters. You might think of us as the ladies with booths outside your local farmers markets, making sure everyone's registered to vote. I certainly have done my share. But we're more than that. The League has been around for a long time. More specifically, we've been around for almost 105 years, and we have a 105-year anniversary in February. And as a nonpartisan voting rights organization, we're active in all 50 states, 52 really, because it's also Puerto Rico and U.S. Virgin Islands, and the League and DC. The League has been around for a long time, and since we're active in all states and we have more than 700 local leagues around the countries, our members are really dedicated volunteers who are active in civic engagement in their states and communities and work really year-round to empower voters and defend our democracy. Now, that's just here in the United States, but what most people don't know is that our impact is global. And that's our strong connection to the United Nations. We have a very strong connection. The League has had a strong engagement with the United Nations since 1945. Our work in the UN started when President Truman invited the League of Women Voters to serve as a consultant to the U.S. delegation at the UN Charter Conference. Since then, the League's UN Observer program and team continues to make important contributions to the United Nations, including international conferences, consulting on areas that the League has expertise in, and hosting events on important topics related to our democracy. Through our engagement with the United Nations, the League has made clear the investments in the well-being of women and girls everywhere. The League has also work to make sure that that the world remains sustainable and that we take climate action, especially in a time like now. There are just a few of the areas where the League has had or tried to bestow and show our valuable power as an observing organization to speak on and act in these significant policy areas. The League will continue to use its voice to advocate for changes that empower all people, particularly women and girls, and especially in the international community. We know that there's a definite link between the pursuit of equality and freedom on a national level with other nations of the world as well. So today, as we wrap up this moment of creative ideas and collaboration, we as a community of thinkers and innovators must continue to hold tight to the core principle of driving our work, democracy, and the preservation of it. Democracy isn't just about casting votes or electing leaders. Democracy is about fostering inclusion, which we've heard people say today already, right? Empowering individuals and building multiracial and multigenerational systems that allow every voice to be heard around the world. Thank you to the organizers, mentors, judges, and participants for making this hackathon a success. Special shout out to Connie Sitzer, or Dr. Sitzer, I should say, who leads our LWVUS team for really their steadfast commitment to participating in important events like this. And congratulations to all of you, and particular to those who will win today for their outstanding work. And let's take the spirit of this event beyond these walls, virtual walls, I'll say, and continue building, using our skills to create a more inclusive and equitable world. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you, Selena. And it's good for all of us to hear more about what our sponsors do in their specific areas of expertise. And so we now know a little more about the League of Women Voters and that our work expands beyond just voting. And so thank you so much, Selena, and thank you for the inspiration. Our next speaker is also from one of our sponsors, is Dr. Sandra Timmerman. She is representing the International Federation on Aging, and she is also part of the NGO Committee on Aging, the chair of Intergenerational Task Force, and the co-chair of programs, and she is the secretary of the Global NGO Executive Committee. Sandra, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you, everybody, and we're so pleased to be a part of the hackathon. It's one of my favorite projects of all that GNEC does because of the innovation, the creativity, and bringing young people into the UN to think about how we can make a better world. So let me tell you a little bit about the International Federation on Aging. We're a global NGO. Our members are in government, academia, other NGOs, in industry, and there are also a number of individuals who are representing about 80 countries. Our vision is a world of healthy older people now and in the future whose rights are both protected and respected. So you may wonder why we are interested in the hackathon. You think of us as people who advocate for older people and their concerns, but we have a lot of reasons to feel that this is a very important undertaking. So first of all of us are aging. I know when you're 18, 20, you don't think you're aging, but you are. Think about it. You're older than the people who are the kids who are now 16. And middle-aged, you're aging. And then, of course, even in the later years, there are various dimensions and variations in how the population ages. And I think you know that the whole globe is aging. So it's a really important concept. Sometimes it gets lost because we know there's so many younger people in Africa and other parts of the world. But overall, the global aging phenomena is very strong. And you'll find as you look ahead that a greater proportion of people in every country will be older and often don't have the supports. So that's one reason why we are interested in this. Another one is that we are all in this together. You know, sometimes older people are blamed for things like climate change, for blocking employment, for some of the other problems that younger people perceive, perhaps, about using up all of the public benefits. But we feel that we have a lot to offer at the table, and we believe in a lifespan approach. So what's good for younger people is also good for older people, and there are issues that are common to all of us. For example, the abuse of women and girls. Elder abuse is really a difficult situation for many older people, particularly women, who are abused, and there are no social protections because the families are often the ones who are left to help older people. Sometimes they don't have families. So we can join in to support each other. We really believe that no one should be left behind. And we're certainly in on working with younger people to make the world a better place, as I said. And then the other thing I want to mention, a third thing, is that future generations, I know the UN talks about older and younger people as the future generation. So think about this. Your future will be an older future at some point in your lives. We don't think of it that way because, as I said, when you're young, it seems like a long way off, but it's more likely that you'll live longer and you want to live a healthy older age. So the hackathon in particular intrigues me because I believe that projects you create now will help you personally as you age, and you will have the future that you want when you reach my age. So think about that as you do your projects. And of course, projects related to the older population will also help your family members who are getting older, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and other loved ones. So my role at the International Federation on Aging and the NGO Committee on Aging is to really look at intergenerational approaches. And I've been around the UN for a while, and I realize the word intergenerational means, to some people, bringing young people in. But in our field, it means that we want all generations to address problems that we see in society and develop opportunities to connect with each other. For example, climate change. We have active older people around the world who are fighting to make a difference in climate. One group in the US is called Gray is Green. Wouldn't it be terrific if we could join together with the younger people to address this issue and expand the reach of our climate situation in the world? That would be one wonderful example. So I'm seeing this as an opportunity for young and old and middle age to get together, the lifespan approach, and address these issues. We are having a conference in Cape Town, South Africa, September 9th to 12th. We do look for intergenerational sessions. So if any of you are interested in that, please go to the International Federation on Aging website. And then from GNEC's perspective, I want to do a shout out for our podcasts. We have podcasts that are produced every month, and we have highlighted the hackathon, and we'll continue to do that. And go on the GNEC website for that. So thank you very much for all that is being done today, all the students who submitted projects, all of the judges, and all of the sponsors. And I'll close now and just say we're delighted to be a part of this.
Sandra, thanks so much. And I think you enlightened us with some of the perspectives that you presented. So thank you so much. And thank you to the International Federation of Aging for being one of our sponsors of the hackathon. And you know, let's just look at ageism. We are saying that mostly it would be young people participating in the hackathon, but it is not we are an inclusive place. So you can be 100 years old and still join us, and you're welcome to participate as a person who puts an entry in for our hackathon. So
Great, thanks. And we have gerontology students too, you know, people who study aging, who are in college or even high school. So good point. Let's get some older people to submit some projects.
Yeah, I would encourage collaborative projects too. You know, you learn technology skills as well. So I think that we all work better and we're stronger together. So thank you, Sandra. We're now going to hear from Guru Dilip Kumar Thankapan. He is the global chairman and CEO of the World Yoga Community, and he is vice president of the Global NGO Executive Committee. And we affectionately call him Guru, and he's certainly one of our strong leaders at GNEC. So, Guru, you have the space.
Namaste everyone. It is my great pleasure and honor and a blessing to join in this celebration. When I heard about the hackathon, I thought this is the marathon. I had to go back to sports, but I understood this is a project. Then I started learning about this because I don't want to jump in before learning things and quietly listening to everybody and learn what they say. Then I love it because I always take time to make projects. 25 years back, I'll say late 80s, we made a plan for the Yoga Day. It became a big thing at the UN. I never been at the UN that time. You see, entire world is celebrating that day. So these type of projects can make a big impact in the future. So I want to encourage all the young people, please come forward, make better life for future generation. Never complain about others who overdo things against you. Make it every step as a lesson for us. So we make the change. I see the unity and diversity in this project. People are coming from different countries. They're making cultural exchange. We show the project as a teamwork. This is the thing you and need rather than pointing out to other people. Because we bring our life as a special for ourselves. We have to be healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, and socially. Make the globe as a peaceful and healthy through our actions. So these projects, I believe, it is going to make a change in future. Like Catherine said, this can be a model for our UN officials to see what we can make the changes in the world. So I am so glad to join, and I feel like celebrating my existence when I see this beautiful movement through young people. I want to shout out especially to Rose Su organizing the event with the Sandra. Sandra is the no, not Sandra. Ediola is the first person started this one, and Cody, Sandra, Home, all are supporting. I'm the last person joining this one, but now I feel good because something we can make the change in the world through our actions. So be strong, do hard work, make the change. World is for us. We are the UN. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Guru. And we appreciate the sponsorship of the World Yoga Community. And now this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. I have to tell you that our young people, and in particular, person you're about to meet, Royu Shu, the organizer of the GNEC Hackathon, is still a high school student, but has wisdom and skills beyond his years, and he will energize you. And he just has done a fabulous job with the hackathons. and getting us organized and, on track. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce Royu to tell us more about the hackathon and introduce the winners. This is a drum roll moment for all of us. So Royu, you have the space.
Thank you so much, Connie, for the warm introduction. I'm actually at school right now taking this. So if you hear some screams from different students, you know why. And many thanks to our insightful panelists who spoke on the relevance of technology and collaboration, both international and intergenerational, and their impacts on civil society and sustainability. So these insights are precisely what inspired our hackathon team at GNEC to kickstart this event back in 2023. And we're excited to now culminate our third mini hackathon here today. So as always, we would like to summarize what the GNEC Hackathon is for those who are new to the event. So the GNEC Hackathon is a technological competition centered around sustainability and particularly the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And starting in October, participants were given about a month and a half to produce a new and original project utilizing modern technology to address one or more of the SDGs. The two previous seasons of the GNEC Hackathon have seen immense success, bringing over 2,000 participants from over 70 countries worldwide into an atmosphere of collaboration, resulting in over 100 highly innovative projects that cover all 17 of the goals. Although the hackathon was originally aimed to be hosted annually, the organization team received positive feedback from a number of participants, and so we decided to host our third mini hackathon here fall of this year to establish yet another opportunity for youth around the globe to collaborate and innovate. We're glad to see that just under 500 participants joined us, producing close to 70 submissions in the last few weeks. This quick turnaround time from the second hackathon to this one would not have been possible without the dedicated support of our sponsors. If we can move to the next slide. GNEC was excited to welcome a number of new board members earlier this year, which allowed for the hackathon to partner with more NGO organizations than we previously had. Specifically, we would like to welcome the World Yoga Community, Airline Ambassador International, and the International Federation on Aging to the GNEC Hackathon this year. We are also grateful for our returning partners, namely World Assembly of Youth, African Youth Movement, League of Women Voters of the United States, Art of Problem Solving, and XYZ Domains for their continued support to provide meaningful and valuable prizes and incentives for our participants. We greatly appreciate your support through the last month and a half and look forward to working with you all next year as well. Of course, we would also like to thank our wonderful team of interns working behind the scenes. Next slide, please. From outreach and communications to design and social media, the team's organizational effort was truly the driving force behind this event. It was amazing to see that 3 of our interns actually came from last hackathon's second place winning project. So it's amazing how previous winners have returned full circle, but this time as organizers. So thank you all for your hard work in making this hackathon possible. Now, without further ado, we are excited to announce the final results for the third GNEC Hackathon. As mentioned, we received just a total of just under 70 project submissions this season, and our esteemed panel of 12 judges have carefully looked through each and every one of them, ranking them on 5 criteria: impact, innovation, feasibility and sustainability, design, and presentation. Now we are thrilled to present the top 3 projects and share their submission videos live here in this ceremony today. So we'll move on to the third place team. So for third place, we are offering 5 XYZ domains as well as a $25 Art of Problem Solving gift card. And as a team of 5, these talented individuals were determined to tackle SDG 11, the goal of sustainable cities and communities. You could say they've fixed up quite an impressive project. We would like to welcome CityFix as the hackathon's third place winner. And if we move to the next slide, I think we can watch their introduction video.
Welcome to our project presentation. Before diving in, let's take a moment to discuss an essential goal that inspires our work: Sustainable Development Goal 11. SDG 11, or Sustainable Cities and Communities, aims to make cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. In today's world, urban areas face numerous challenges, ranging from overcrowded neighborhoods and pollution to inadequate infrastructure and waste management. The goal of SDG 11 is to address these issues by encouraging cities to develop in ways that protect the environment, promote well-being, and involve communities in creating solutions. Our project aligns with SDG 11 by empowering local communities to identify issues, propose sustainable solutions, and take part in meaningful action. Together, we can build urban spaces that are not only efficient and resilient but also inclusive places for everyone to thrive. In many urban communities, residents face persistent issues such as unmanaged waste, pollution, and aging infrastructure. These challenges not only impact the environment but also affect the quality of life, from health to daily convenience. Unfortunately, cities often lack the tools to enable citizens to report these issues efficiently, and, as a result, many problems go unaddressed. We believe technology can bridge this gap. By giving communities a platform to report problems, propose solutions, and work together, we can empower individuals to play an active role in improving their surroundings. This is where our project steps in, providing an easy-to-use, collaborative solution for a cleaner, safer, and more sustainable community. CityFix is a community-driven platform empowering citizens to address local issues and drive sustainable change. With a simple interface, CityFix lets users report problems like broken streetlights or unmanaged waste, tagging the exact location on a map so others nearby can join in resolving the issue. When an issue needs official intervention, local authorities on the platform can respond, ensuring nothing goes unnoticed. Beyond reporting, CityFix connects people for community projects, like cleanups and recycling initiatives. Gamified rewards keep users engaged, with points and badges for active participation. More than just an app, CityFix is a movement toward resilient, sustainable, and connected communities, empowering citizens to lead change. CityFix is just getting started, and we're excited about the future of this platform. Next, we plan to introduce even more ways for users to connect and engage, with enhanced community features like polls, direct messaging, and collaborative event planning tools. We're also working on building partnerships with local NGOs to provide resources and support for community projects, so that users can access help and funding for larger initiatives. Another feature in development is location-based alerts, which will notify users about nearby events or issues, encouraging immediate involvement when help is needed. Our vision for CityFix is to become a central hub for community engagement and sustainable action in cities everywhere.
First, authenticate yourself. In the Report Issue section, you can view all issues in the feed. To create a new issue, fill in all the necessary details. And after submission, you can view it in the My Issues tab. In Community Project, create or join projects, manage them as a creator, need votes to make it ongoing, volunteer, and explore nearby initiatives on the map. View members in the Members tab. As a creator, manage your project and raise funds if need be. Chat with your community members. Start a crowdsourced funding campaign to fix small local issues that don't necessarily align with broader community-driven initiatives like small repairs and fixes. This leaderboard shows your rank and the rewards for completing tasks. This is the Explore Map section, where your created issues are pinned, allowing everyone to view them on the map.
Thank you very much for CityFix for their third place project. Amazing work. Next up, we have our second place winner, who will receive also 5 XYZ domains and one $25 gift card to AOPS, as well as a chance to intern with World Assembly of Youth. As just a one-person team, this dedicated individual was moved by the third goal of good health and well-being. Aiming to address the challenging detection of skin cancer, we present Melanin Med as our hackathon's second place winner. Let's take a look at their concept video.
Hi, my name is Arushi, and my project is Melanin Med. Skin cancer is the most common cancer globally, with 1 in 5 Americans developing it in their lifetime. Early detection drastically reduces the physical, financial, and psychological effects of a diagnosis. However, traditional detection is expensive and time-consuming. AI dermatology apps are becoming more popular as cost-effective, widely available alternatives. AI can only learn from the data it's provided. AI checkers are often not provided data from dark skin and thus perform significantly worse on dark skin. A leading competitor, Skin Vision, even excluded brown and black skin from its clinical accuracy tests. Melanin Med changes that. Melanin Med is an AI skin classifier designed to be highly accurate across all skin tones. It has 3 parts, 2 machine learning models, and a mobile application interface. The malignancy classifier decides whether a lesion is benign or malignant. Its core is an attention mechanism integrated into a ResNet 18 backbone. It is 99% accurate. The second machine learning model diagnoses a lesion into one of 78 skin conditions. Its foundation is a custom-built vision transformer adapter with a squeeze-excite block. This model is also 99% accurate. The onboarding screens are displayed only when the app is first downloaded, when users can create a profile, which is stored in Firebase, and enable notifications. Here's the fully functional lock screen. The home view contains information about the app, including the 78 conditions the model can diagnose. After the introduction, users can access and even delete their scan history, as well as be reminded about seeing a specialist for potentially malignant lesions. In the Profile tab, users can edit and save personal details, as well as find and get information on nearby dermatologists. The user can opt in to share their location or just type in an address. In the Scan tab, users first pick the region of the body they are scanning. Instructions for a scan are provided to help the user get the most accurate results. I integrated the UIKit API to enable users to take and retake pictures. The model predicts malignancy and condition at 99% accuracy. This information is then attached to the user profile and securely stored in Firebase. The Reading tab provides a curated library of topical dermatology resources. Lastly, Melanin Med integrates a state-of-the-art AI dermatology chatbot using GPT-4. The app was coded in Python and Swift. I used Google Colab for the machine learning model because of its easy access to GPUs. I built the app in Xcode and used the UI image picker to allow users to take pictures. MapKit allowed for locating information about nearby dermatologists, and GPT-4 was used to create the AI dermatology chatbot. I securely stored user data in Google Firebase. Here are my references for the project. Thank you.
We thank Melanin Med for their creative project hoping to make healthcare more inclusive for all. And finally, we are now excited to announce our grand prize winner. They will be winning 5 XYZ domains as well as $50 worth of AOPS gift card, as well as a chance to intern at the Global NGO Executive Committee. This skilled team of 3 rose up to the challenge of not 1, but 2 SDGs, Goal 12, which is responsible consumption and production, as well as Goal 14, which is life below water. Looking to expand the plastic bottle deposit system to even more materials, this team surely came with a resolution, or rather, a reusolution. We congratulate Recyclopia as the grand prize winner for this year's 3rd hackathon.
Recyclopia presents Why did that person throw me on the ground? They could have binned me, and then I would have been recycled and received a new life. A win-win for both of us. But alas, I have to end up like this. A piece of garbage polluting the environment.
Humans will do anything for the convenience. But worry not, my team and I have been working on something to change things soon.
Where is that voice coming from? Is that a ghost? Or maybe the voice is coming from up above? From the gods?
No, silly, I'm standing right behind you.
So how exactly can you change my life?
You see that machine over there? My friends and I made it together. You can use it to recycle waste and get rewarded for it. Let me show you how it works. I already have a spare bottle that I was going to recycle using it. Just come with me. Okay, first, download the Recyclopia app on your phone. Then simply scan the QR code on this machine and drop your recyclables through the hole. Once you're done, tap finish and check your app. You'll see your points magically added to your Recyclopia account. You can redeem them later for awesome rewards or even cash.
Oh wow, that's so awesome. Not only people will recycle me and keep the environment clean, but they will also get rewarded for it. That's such a great idea. Can you tell me more about this, please?
Sure, let me take you to my friend who can explain it with visuals.
Using the Recyclopia app, you can help recycle seemingly wasteful materials like plastic bottles, packaging cardboard, etc., and get points for it, which you can redeem as rewards like goodies, accessories, or cash. In the aftermath, helping both UN SDG 12 and indirectly 14. After downloading the app and logging in, you can find nearby recycle hotspots and dispose all your recyclables by scanning the QR code on the recyclable collection machine and receive points when all is done. The hotspots machines will soon be everywhere around you, in every park, mall, near schools, at every handy place. Once you have enough points, you can redeem goodies available in the Recyclopia shop and get them delivered right to your doorstep. The machines at the recycle hotspots are a very simple and shockingly cheap creation. It is essentially a casing with a microprocessor that talks to a central server and then to lasers and sensors, along with some mirroring to detect when something has dropped inside the machine, which the microprocessor then notifies to the backend and the users receive points. The collected recyclables gets picked up and sorted on a weekly basis, and everything collected gets sent to our partnered corporations and organizations which recycle the materials, hence recycling waste. In exchange, our partners also create some exotic goodies and merch only available on the Recyclopia store, which gives yet another incentive for our users to use Recyclopia. And that is how we believe that this simple and surprisingly cheap initiative, started by Lingaraj Patil, Tejaswini Gaikwad, and Shubham, together as Team Recyclopia, will help make a greener and cleaner planet.
Congrats.
All right, and thank you so much. We appreciate Recyclopia team for their dedication to developing a more efficient and engaging recycling process. Congratulations once again. And we extend our heartfelt congratulations to all the winners and all the participants of our third GNEC Hackathon. Your dedication to your projects was truly inspiring, showcasing the incredible innovation and creativity driven by youth. Before we go, we would also like to announce our Winners Circle event that will be taking place in late January. There you will be able to meet not only the winners of this hackathon, but also past ones. Winners will share their where they've taken their projects since their hackathon, as well as how experiences like internships with our partners have shaped them. Please keep an eye out for this unique opportunity to learn more about how youth is getting involved in civil society and sustainability, and we will keep you all posted on our website and our Discord server with dates and information as soon as possible. We would also like to announce that due to feedback from past hackathon participants, the fourth GNEC Hackathon next year will undergo some changes. Specifically, we will look to narrow down our theme to just one or two of the SDGs instead of all of them. Not only will this add a little factor of suspense, as each hackathon moving forward will be different, but participants will also be able to collaborate more effectively, as they will be asked to work on the same goal. Also, with our new organization team, partners, and GNEC board, we look to better the experience for our participants. We would love to have more prizes, internships, and even more cash prizes for the winners, as well as more workshop opportunities to learn more about our NGO partners and the work that they do. We love receiving feedback from our participants, as we are always striving to create a more engaging atmosphere for innovation and collaboration. So if you have any suggestions, please feel free to contact us at gnechhackathon@gmail.com. I will leave that email later in the chat. So to conclude, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of our sponsors, interns, and judges for their unwavering dedication and invaluable contributions to this event. And to our incredible participants whose enthusiasm and support make all possible, we are truly grateful. This event thrives because of you, so thank you for being an essential part of its success. And with that, we would like to bring our third mini GNEC Hackathon to a close. Thank you all for making this yet another successful season. And now I'll give it back to Connie for some closing thoughts. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Royo. And boy, were those projects fabulous. So it's just a tip of the iceberg for some of the really great work. I know the judges had a difficult time in choosing the best projects, but we all learned so much from judging, as well as from the people who participated, learning more about the SDGs and taking that deeper dive. So I would like to just offer a moment if any of our speakers would like to make any kind of closing remarks. And I know we're almost out of time, so I have a finale that I'd like to introduce, but would anybody else like to add something?
I'll suggest we have to bring these videos to our event at the UN. These are excellent projects, and some of them may have other plans too. So maybe Catherine can help us. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Guru. All right. So I hope you're all as energized and excited as I am about this contest. And I hope you will join us later in January for a sequelae, when we will meet the winners and learn more about their experiences, their innovative projects, and what is next for them. Stay tuned for more information about this event at the UNDGC weekly announcements, and check out our website at GNEC.ngo. GNEC has 2 more events coming up in December, and I'd just like to make a point of letting you know more about them. On the 12th of December, we are co-sponsoring the 40th Annual Interfaith Prayer Service and Multicultural Celebration at the Church Center for the UN at 777 UN Plaza in New York City from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And Guru is the focal point on that. And we'd love to see you join us in person for that event. And on the 19th of December, GNEC is hosting a virtual holiday meet and greet at 11:30 a.m. New York time. So please join us to meet members of our community and share your holiday traditions from a global multicultural perspective. And I'm not sure if we can get the link for that registration in the chat, but we do have it live up for registration on our website, gnec.ngo. So many, many thanks for joining us today. Congratulations to all the winners. A very warm message of gratitude to all of our sponsors and our speakers today. And best wishes for a happy and healthy holiday season ahead. So that concludes our closing ceremony today. And Royo, you're a superstar. I can't say enough about your great work, and we look forward to all of our sponsors and the people who have joined us today in continuing our good collaborations together. So thank you to all. Yay.
Congratulations.
Yes. And if we could do some kind of hand waving for Royu, I think he's the best.
Yay.
Hey.
Okay. Thank you. See you next time.